Hello, it's Allison from Carpe Diem, and today I'm going to be showing you my dumpster dive to Thanksgiving. 99% of this is from the dumpster. There's already a pie in my regular glass pie pan, so I'm using this crappy little metal one that I saved off of a store-bought pie. I'm making a sweet potato pie, and for the filling I'm just putting mashed sweet potatoes and sugar and some spices. I was originally going to try to make a butternut squash pie, but then we got these sweet potatoes and I was like, that's a thing, I'm going to make sweet potato pie. Here's the little pie crust thingies I made. While the pie is in the oven, I'm going to cut up these bagels and this one hot dog bun and toast them to make stuffing. Alright, here's the stuffing coming along pretty well. There's the toasted bagel, and then we had celery, carrots, and my dad normally puts some craisins, which are just dried cranberries in, but we didn't have that, but we did have a whole case of pomegranate, so I put some little pomegranate bits in there. Okay. You normally put like a vegetable stock or a chicken stock or something if you are not vegan. I don't have that, but I do have this miso, so I'm gonna make like a little bit of a miso broth and use that for the stock. And this is kind of dumpster dived. My roommate moved out and she threw out a huge bag of her stuff, so I got it out of my own trash can. A couple of my spices are dumpster dived, most of them aren't, but I'm not sacrificing the spice of this meal just to make it 100% dumpster dive. I am making some mushrooms and onions that are gonna go as a stuffing inside a seitan roast. And Nassim's over here trying to make seitan. He's using a whole 5-pound bag of flour that we found in the dumpster. Nassim the madman is over here making, I told him I wanted cylindrical, we'll see what happens. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know the method, but hopefully there is a method to the madness. You're making a disaster of my living room with all your toys? People think I never clean my house because you make a disaster. It's not my whole house, it's this little corner. I cleaned it yesterday and he just puts little bits of stuffing and stuff all over the place. And I'm not going to tell him not to, they're his toys. I'm going on to the salad now, and we have this head of lettuce, some mushrooms, I obviously gotta wash those, and some little baby carrots, half a cucumber. This beautiful package of grape tomatoes we just got dumpster diving yesterday. I really don't know why anyone would have thrown this out. Looks great. And some celery. I have a bunch of zucchinis, and I have some Brussels sprouts that we dumpster dived a while ago, but I froze them because I wanted to have them for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to whack these up and just roast them. I'm going to put a little bit of this olive oil on these vegetables to roast them. I think we got this back in like February, so it's been a long time. Cranberry relish is like a pretty normal dish to have at Thanksgiving, but I don't have any cranberries. I do have a ton of pomegranates, so I'm going to try to make a pomegranate relish. I'm also going to boil some corn, and I'm going to roast this squash. This discoloration, this what I would have called a bad spot, appears to only be on the outside. So I'm just going to leave that on, and then as we're eating it, if it does turn out that this is like bad, then we'll just not eat it. Oh my gosh, the smoke alarm just started going off. I'm in the kitchen and it doesn't seem smoky. I don't know what's wrong. I'm going to crack a window a little just in case. These carrots are so nice. They're even organic. I have no idea why those would be in the dumpster. I don't know that you can microwave plastic, but it says you can, so I'm going to do it. There's some fruit in a crock pot, and this crock pot is actually dumpster dived. Here's what the fruit punch looks like right now. I think I'm supposed to strain it, so I'm just gonna use this slotted spoon to get the chunks out. It's really good! I threw in a chunk of dumpster dived margarine, but I gotta put in a little bit of soy milk that isn't from the dumpster. This is from the dollar store, so quite cheap. But I just don't want mashed potatoes made with water this year. I've done it before and it's not very good. I have this rice. Normally I would never use instant rice, but this is dumpster dived, so I'm going to use this and attempt to cook something in the broiler drawer of my oven for the first time. Alright, I put a bunch of spices on. It's looking good, smelling good. And for the topping, I'm going to use some Go Veggie vegan cheese. So they actually had a coupon for it. It was just one that I printed off online, so if I can find that, I will give it to you, but you can get one free product worth up to $6. So we got this for free, even though it wasn't dumpster dived. Alright, the feast is done. Quite literally, we do not own a table big enough. This one is just sort of balancing. It was all dumpster dived. I made this a different day for a recipe video, and I just decided we were going to have it at the same time. But we got sweet potatoes, we got mashed potatoes, we got the seitan roast. This corner obviously got burnt, but that part still looks fine. I'll do a review of how everything turned out later. And then here is the stuffing. Here's the zucchini. I couldn't really flip it because of how far it was in the oven, so it looks like it's really burnt, but it's actually not. There is the carrots. There's a salad. It looks sad because all of the stuff has sunk to the bottom, but there's actually a lot of good stuff in there. We got corn and squash. There's the rice casserole I made. And then there's the pomegranate relish, and there's the sweet potato pie. Look at that majestic beauty. Wow, Nassim, really? And it's only 1 hour behind schedule, which is like really pretty good for Thanksgiving. Here's our plate, stuffed to the brim. I don't think either of us actually got some of everything because I made 14 things. What do you think it's so far? You like it? You're not even gonna say it's alright?
It's alright.
Thank you. I'm almost done with my first plate, and everything's been good so far, but I think that the stuffing is my favorite. Using bagels for it was totally a good idea, and I also really liked the mashed potatoes, and the roast was surprisingly good in the parts that weren't super dry. Anyway, what I was gonna ask is, do you remember last year when we were sitting around the table and we were eating Brussels sprouts, and I was like, oh, remember how our crazy roommate dumpster dives and gave us this huge thing of Brussels sprouts? Do you remember that?
No.
Really? Last year we were still sitting around saying that the dumpster divers were crazy, and now we just had a completely dumpster dived Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching. I hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and go check out my dumpster diving videos that show where I found all this stuff. I will leave a link to my dumpster diving playlist somewhere up here so you can have some credibility that I really did find this stuff in the dumpster. And carpe diem. Bye!